up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Kevin, that is Wendy Williams' ex-husband, you are sitting there crying because your way of securing the bag, your last chance to make sure that vegan macaroni and cheese keep flowing in the kitchen, it seems to be drying up. Y'all, what am I talking about? Y'all, I know Wendy is sitting there chuckling when she's not arguing with her guardianship, Sabrina. Wendy Williams' ex-husband has suffered a huge setback in a $7 million battle with talk show producers over his firing. Now, listen, Demar Workery or whatever that company is did Wendy Williams dirty, but Kevin Hunter, I remember. I'm old enough to remember a couple years ago when Wendy was in that guardianship and all her assets were being frozen, and Kevin got himself on live. Why the June bugs were flying in the background in his backyard, talking about health is wealth. I tried to tell her, gloating. Because you thought that when Wendy left you, she lost everything. And you had enough of her money to support you and Sharina, your side chick that people say you didn't marry. Because why? You ain't want your alimony to end. But I guess, are they married yet? Because his alimony did end. Is he married yet? Or is he still appealing, begging for that alimony? Anyway, right? I remember when Kevin was sitting back talking about some health is wealth. Health is wealth. I tried to tell Wendy. I tried to tell her, shut up. Because are you healthy? Because we all know that you ain't wealthy. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, so here's what happened. They said, this is directly from In Touch. They said, I know I'm giddy. I know there's going to be a bunch of, you sound so happy about Kevin's downfall. You damn right. And I'm going to keep sounding happy. And all I'm waiting for is Wendy to be released from that guardianship. Wouldn't it be beautiful if she could be released before Diddy's trial? Oof, the tea she could tell us. They should actually get Wendy Williams to testify on the stand. Could you imagine Wendy coming to testify? She got her little New York poom poom shorts, her high top dunks. You know she liked to have a little tank top and a leather jacket, just hobbling up to the stand. You know Wendy gonna be killing them until the very end. Anyway, let's get into this. They said Wendy's ex-husband Kevin Hunter suffered a major setback in court as part of the $7 million lawsuit against the former talk show host producers. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, they vacated a big win for Kevin in the legal battle. Kevin filed a bombshell lawsuit against the production company and the Wendy Williams show, Denmark Mercury, along with individual producers Ira Bernstein and Mort Marcus. Now, let me just be straight about Kevin's complaint. His complaint was very strong and he had a good complaint. They did him dirty. They also did Wendy dirty. And Kevin was happy to see Wendy done dirty. But now and everybody, you know what they say when you dig a grave for yourself? No, dig a grave for someone else, jump in. Y'all know the saying. Anyway, if y'all don't, call your grandmama up and ask her. They said in his complaint, Kevin claimed he was wrongfully terminated from his role as executive producer and the talk show after Wendy filed for divorce in 2019. They said the termination of Kevin was based strictly upon Kevin's marital status and his impending divorce to the show's host, ignoring all the contributions that Kevin made to the show to make it a success. Wendy did do the big one on that one, but whatever. In its filing, Kevin took credit for the Wendy Williams show's massive success. He was a good producer, but he was also, according to the streets, incredibly abusive. And cheating. So you are one of the reasons the kingdom crumbled. He claimed he led the ship behind the scenes and made sure Wendy was taken care of. He claimed to be responsible for the popular show segments, Hot Topics, and Shoe Cam. You made sure Wendy was taken care of. So do you mean that when Wendy was battling her demons, you made sure that you would give her a kiss and a few words and prop her up so she could go on camera? Is that what you're talking about? Kevin said he had final say on the guests for the show and even had input on marketing decisions. Mm-mm. Kevin accused producers of violating New York law when they fired him due to his marital status and said they had no right to terminate his contract. That's true. He demanded $7 million in damages. Denmark Mercury and the individual producers denied all allegations of wrongdoing. In the response, they disagreed with Kevin and his legal team's argument and interpretation of New York law. They argued that the law said the employer cannot discriminate against an employee based on their marital status, basically whether they were married or not. Denmark Mercury turned around and said that Kevin's claims warranted dismissal due to his marriage to Wendy in particular, not a protected characteristic. They said New York law did not cover discrimination based on an employee's marital status in relation to a specific person. They tried it. In September, a federal judge presiding over the case ruled Kevin's lawsuit could move forward. They said, given Kevin's allegations that he was terminated because of his impending divorce from Wendy Williams, terminated because he was no longer married, uh, uh, Morse required the court to find that he had stated a claim for marital status discrimination. Producers appealed, okay? Producers appealed the decision to deny their motion to dismiss. In the recent decision by the United States Court of Appeals, the court sided with the talk show producers. The higher court decided to vacate the lower court's decision denying the requested dismiss. Okay, anyway, the higher court said that another court previously ruled in a separate case that marital status refers to whether a person is participating in a marriage, not the nature of one's relationship with another specific person. Okay, yeah, but Kevin, you need a better lawyer because even me reading this, it, you are arguing that whether or not he was married is an issue because one specific person is enough. I mean, I see their point too, but you had a better lawyer to argue that because you're in a gray area. You're in a gray area because if I was not married to this specific person or married to the specific person, it is still discrimination because of my marital status. The order reads, this reasoning squarely resolves the question here. Kevin Hunter does not allege that he was fired because of his status as married, unmarried, or divorced, but instead because of his marital status to Wendy Williams. The case was remanded down to the lower court where the case will continue, but the decision to deny the motion will be vacated. Um, Listen, in the past couple of months, yeah, it's so funny. The Free Wendy movement has been doing a lot. It's odd that Kevin hasn't spoken out on that, and Kevin's not trying to help that at all. Why? Because Kevin thought he got his money, and he thought it was a slam dunk, and he thought he didn't need to worry about Wendy anymore. He thought he didn't need to worry about Wendy anymore. And now we find out that he did. Now we find out that he did. And now he's back to what? You're back to nothing. You're back to peanuts. I don't understand. At the end of the day, Wendy and Kevin could have had an empire, but Kevin ain't want to act right. And Kevin wanted to let them fist of furries fly. And Kevin wanted to have a vegan mac on the side. And Kevin and Kevin and Kevin. And now Kevin is sitting there without what? Without 7 million. Now his discrimination lawsuit is dismissed. Even though I will be real, if his lawyer gets on the job and appeals that, or they refile, like they voluntarily dismiss it without prejudice, and they refile and just amend the pleadings, that might actually work. But yeah, Kevin, you reap what you sow, and right now you sowing nothing. I hope he has to fight his whole life for every penny of that 7 million. And we hope to see Wendy Williams out, healthy, happy, and talking trash about Diddy. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Talk to y'all later. Bye.